Hey guys, this is Austin. Today, Samsung unveiled their brand new Galaxy S10 lineup of phones, and while when you look at that Galaxy S10, it's a lot of phone, but it's also a lot of money at $1,000. And then there's this, the Galaxy S10e, which is a new, cheaper version of the Galaxy S10. As far as I'm concerned, it is the one to get. So as you might know, I have been using the iPhone XR recently. Now, as you might imagine from behind me here, you can see that they've been really pushing it, but that's for good reason. Not only is this the budget iPhone, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the better one. It's got better battery life, and the cuts you make to sort of save $200, $300 seem totally worth it to me. Samsung is doing something similar with the XE. At $750, coincidentally the same price as the XR, and the same $250 cheaper than their highest end S10 model, it does make a lot of sense for I think most people. What you're getting here is a slightly smaller 5.8-inch display. Now it is only 1080p as opposed to 1440p. I don't know what that was, but I'm gonna continue going. But the important thing here is that while you lose a little bit of resolution, as far as I was able to tell, it still looks really nice and sharp. Now something else you lose are the curved infinity edges on the display. Now that's something I actually do kind of like, and it's been around all the way back since like what, the Galaxy Note Edge. But the most important thing here is that all of the cuts they've done to this E are very reasonable. It's small stuff that you're really not going to miss. And it's kind of hard to show on camera, but the XE is actually a fair bit smaller than even something like the Galaxy S9, the S10, and especially the iPhone XR. As far as I'm concerned, bring it on. I love high-end compact flagships similar to something like the Pixel 3. It's a really sort of unique size, and especially with that full-size display, it looks nice. Something the XE does lack compared to its higher-end brothers is an in-display fingerprint sensor. Instead, the fingerprint sensor is paired with the power button on the side of the phone, and from my brief hands-on, it seems fine. It's not something I'm going to miss that much, but if that's something you want to kind of show off to your friends with, go spend $250 to do that. Spec-wise, you're not giving anything up by going with the XE. You still get that same Snapdragon 855, and while the base model does have 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, the higher-end 8 gigs with 256 gig model has pretty much the same spec as the S10, the S10 Plus, not counting the crazy, very ultra, super duper expensive 12 gigabyte titanium 1 terabyte model, but we're just gonna ignore that. That's like double the price of the XE, so we're just gonna, it's fine, it's fast, fine. The main camera sensor is very similar to what you got on the Galaxy S9. So you do have the dual apertures, you got the dual pixel autofocus. You're really not gonna see a major difference here, although apparently it is a new sensor. What has been added to all of the Galaxy S10 models is a new ultra wide angle camera. Now, as always with these things, you do lose a little bit of quality. What you gain is an incredibly wide field of view. I guess it could be wild too. A little exciting, a little dangerous, a little wild. Now the higher end models do have a third telephoto camera, which is nice, but I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things that I always find the quality is so far off that it doesn't make a huge difference to me. Now up front, you do have the same 10 megapixel front facing camera. It's nice and wide, and from what I was able to tell, it looks pretty nice. But again, if you go all the way up to the S10 Plus, you are going to be getting that secondary front facing camera. But I mean, So when it comes to the rest of the good stuff, the S10e has it. So we still have a headphone jack because Samsung, for some reason, actually listens. That's pretty impressive. There's also Wi-Fi 6 on board, which is about 20% faster and should give you much faster response time. And on top of all of that, you do still have stereo speakers, even though you have the hole punch display. There's a tiny driver on the top of the panel, and even on the XE, I've got to say it sounds pretty good. There is a cool feature in that you can wirelessly charge straight from the Galaxy S10. All you do is turn on the setting, and then once you put another phone on the back of yours, it will use Qi charging to wirelessly charge that other phone. Now that's a super cool feature. The downside though, is that the Galaxy S10e only has about a 3100 milliamp hour battery. Now that should be fine. Samsung still quotes it as a 24-hour battery life phone, but especially after spending so much time with the XR, where the battery really is the strong suit, I don't have high expectations with the XE. I really hope that that Snapdragon 855 is super efficient, because otherwise it's going to be probably average, decent, but I guess we'll see. The Samsung Galaxy S10 lineup will be going on sale on March 8th. Now the thing is, the XE really is the one that gets me most excited. Now sure, the other phones are cool and you are getting more features, but when you consider how much more expensive they are, it's kind of hard to justify the price. Whereas as far as I'm concerned, I like that small size, I like the yellow because I'm a sucker for yellow. Most importantly, hi, can you be in my video for a second?
What you need, buddy?
Should you buy a Galaxy S10, an S10e, an S10 Plus, or or save your money and buy a Palm phone.
Oh, Palm phone it is.
Okay, cool. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys want to catch any more on the Galaxy S10e or some of the other phones that are coming out soon, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go hang out at the Apple store because it's right in the background, and I thought it would be funny for our Samsung video.